Okay, you guys, so this is going to be a different type of live. This is not live. This is pre-recorded because, I have some things to do, but I definitely wanted to make sure you guys got this. So in BLPS Module 5, we go into creating your signature program. And one very important part of creating your signature program is the pricing. This is where so many people get caught up. They might have good roots to their program, but they're not pricing it well. And they're definitely not pricing it well enough to pay bills or to cover expenses. So I'm going to show you the calculator that I have both my BLPS live students and on-demand students go through. And then I'm going to show you the BLPS calculator I use for my advanced students. These are the students who finish the live and on-demand program, and then they move on to the upgrade where we go every single week through another advanced topic to help them excel in their business growth and get them closer to leaving, making enough money to leave their job and work for themselves full-time. So in the description below will be a link to the coaching program pricing calculator for the live program. Only the advanced students get the advanced calculator. So down below you get access to this calculator, and let's get started. So when you look at the calculator, when the students look at the calculator, immediately they have to go and save this to their Google Drive because, naturally you don't want to put your numbers in there and then you mess up someone else. So they're given instructions to save it and put it on their Google Drive. And then once they have it, they're going to open up the tab that says Program Pricing Tool. I've already put in some information so you can see why it's important to charge appropriately. But the first step we're going to do is name our coaching program. And honestly, you can wait until last. It's really up to you, but you put your coaching program name up there, the number of months you want to work with your clients, and then you start to fill in all the other pink areas. So when you look, there's a pink area for one-on-one coaching sessions. And I put in 240, you'll see why. And then over here in the middle column, a number of hours or items, you'll put in certain numbers for certain things, okay? So you might put in, okay, my clients are going to receive 2 one-on-one coaching sessions. They might get 12 weeks of group coaching sessions, one every week. And then I might throw in an additional work session, an assessment or two, and then at the bottom what will automatically calculate is the number of onboarding and offboarding hours, okay? And then the same thing with any administrative work. You might have to update your CRM, update coaching notes, things of that nature. And then how many hours of online training is a guesstimate. Just put a simple guesstimate in there. Over in the left-hand column, you'll see rate per hour. So for one-on-one, we know that one-on-one is more money than the group. So I just put 240 for one-on-one, but say if you're like, well, I don't charge that much, I don't feel comfortable. Let's say you only charge $75 an hour, okay? Then your group rate is 38. Any additional work sessions are 38 an hour. Assessments are rated at 75, and onboarding and admin are always going to be assessed at $25 an hour, because if you were to get an admin assistant, that's about how much you would pay per hour for them to help you. And then down here, naturally, you have a rate of $38 an hour for online training. If you go over to the third column, it says rate per person. Again, we don't have anybody listed, we don't have any hours listed for one-on-one hours. So it's going to be 0. And then we have 12 hours, 1 hour per week for 12 weeks at $38. That's $450. And then because of these other areas are zero, it's going to calculate to $0 per person. And then naturally we have $75 for the admin assistant to do her work, or $150, and then $900 worth of online training. Right here is number of people, okay? Initially, you can just start off with one because you're just trying to price it per person. But I'm going to show you a trick later on. But if you're like, look, I want to fill this course up with 6 people. Okay, great. Put 6 people in there, and the line total it's going to total all the way down. So right now your service total, just to give them coaching and all the stuff that comes with the coaching, is $9,000 for 6 people. Not bad. Okay, so now let's move on to bonuses. Remember, bonuses, you want to put the value of the bonuses, but bonuses come with the program for free. Okay, they're an additional gift to the client for them paying for your program, and they're usually items that you don't have to do again. Like you don't have to continue to work with them for them to use the bonuses. So they're like courses, recordings, templates, access to something, whatever it is. It's something that you don't have to continue to put your hands on over and over and over again. Okay, it's customary to give 4 to 6 bonuses. So you name the bonuses here, and then you put the value, and this calculator will also give you the value of the bonuses, so you're not having to calculate it up. It does it for you. And when you do your sales page, you know how much these bonuses are worth. Let's go on down to service fee and discounts. Client gifts. If you have a high ticket program, it is customary to give them a gift. Okay, it doesn't have to be expensive. It can be a card with a thank you card with a gift card for Starbucks. It could be, candy or something, but it's saying thank you. Generally, you don't want to pay more than 1 to 5% of the program fee or whatever fee they pay. You don't want to pay more than that. So this is going to calculate it for you. Say you're like, well, I want to give 3%. Okay, give 3%. That's $270. That's $270 of the complete of whatever you calculated up here for 6 people. Okay. Then you want to add in 10% for incidentals. You always want to add 10% for incidentals because as coaches, we're givers. So if we see that our client, there's some small item we can give our client to help out, we're going to give it to them. Here's an extra worksheet. Here's a little bit of extra time. You want to offer that to them, but you don't want to have to go back and charge them extra. So you just throw in an extra 10% to cover some of those smaller charges that it's not going to really hurt you, but you want to make sure you get compensated for it. So down here already for services and discounts, and I'm going to change that and take away the discounts because I did have a discount if you paid in full, but I had taken it out. So it's just really service fees. It's another $1,100. Now, right under there is potential earnings. Potential earnings means this is how much you can earn from enrolling 6 people. It does not guarantee that you're going to make that money, but it's how much you could earn. And that includes the service fees and how much the service itself, the coaching package, is going to cost. Right underneath it is the per client cost. So the raw number is $16.95, but we know that people usually when they purchase, they want to purchase, they like round numbers like 00 or 99s. So what I did is I went ahead and I round up the numbers to 1,700 for the group and 101 for 3,400. And the same thing for the pilot. Listen, there's no reason for you to do a free pilot. It takes work to run that pilot. It takes money to run that pilot. So guess what? They should invest in themselves through that pilot. And pilots are awesome to get into because as a student of a pilot, you're given the opportunity to shape a program that's going to be used for thousands of other people. So guess what? You need to make an investment. So their investment should be, I wouldn't say any more than 50% of, or any less than 50% of the client full price. Why? Because it's an investment. It's a lot of work that goes into this. Now I want to bring you to a point that I tell my clients, okay? These one-on-one numbers here are no. My clients understand that if it's one-on-one time, it's $10,000. Period. We start off at $10,000 for any one-on-one time, because what I could be doing for you for $10,000, I can also be helping 5 other people for 2. When you're working with somebody on a one-on-one basis, you're reducing your impact. And part of what we do is making a positive impact. So if you want to have my individual time, you have to pay appropriately. So they understand that if they see $3,400, they just need to go on and bump that up to 10. This is only if you want to only be paid $75 an hour. But if you think about it, it's going to be more than $75 an hour because you still got to pay for onboarding and, the cost that it's, the man hours is going to cost to onboard and offboard the client and do coaching notes and all that stuff. Guess what? There's still money included or involved in doing online training hours. You got to account for that. So my clients usually don't start off with $75 an hour. They usually start off at like $200, $250 and $250, okay? Look at the big difference. And by this time, we've gone through wealth consciousness for a few weeks, so they are a lot more comfortable with it. So look at the big difference. You can have the same 6 people make $240 an hour, set your rate about $240 an hour for one-on-one. Naturally, it's in half per person for group. And your potential earnings just went up to $30,000. And for the live program, that's $5,100. If you want a one-on-one, that's $10,000. And for the pilot, it's $2,600. If you're looking at this and you're in sticker shock, guess what? We need to work together because there's some things we need to work through so that by the time you price your package, you feel comfortable with what you're offering them. You understand your value, okay? Now let's go on to the litmus test. We're going to take this per total rate per client for the group rate, $5,100, and it's going to automatically populate in the litmus test, the pricing litmus test. This pricing litmus test was inspired by Amanda Abella. She is my coach. She's a sales coach, and she made the litmus test, and I just added a little to it, okay? So $5,100 will automatically be populated in the program rate per client right here. But guess what? All you got to do is put in how much money you want to earn per month. So say you're like, look, I don't make a lot of money. We be able to live off of less. I can go with $4,000 a month. Okay, $4,000 a month. You put in the $4,000 a month. That's gross monthly income from your current job. Make sure taxes are included in there because you're going to be responsible for paying your own taxes and all that stuff. What you need to make for monthly revenue is $12,000. Okay, why? Because a third is going to go in your pocket so you can eat, live, so you can have food, clothing, shelter. And a third is going to go in savings. So on those months when you don't have revenue, you can still pay yourself. And then a third is going to go back into the business to maintain it. Okay. Again, we're charging $5,100 for the live program. It's fully launched. How many clients or how many enrollments you need a month to meet this is 3 new clients a month. That's doable. You can do 3 new clients a month. And you'll have to have about 15 sales calls, which means you'll need 300 conversations per month, social media conversations, like you're going back and forth with 300 different people. But let's break it down to something more manageable. 75 conversations a week or 15 conversations a day. All right. Well, what if you're sitting there and you're like, I can't do all of that. That's ridiculous. Guess what? This is what the litmus test is for. It's to help you understand the work that's going to go behind your rates, what you need to make what you need, how much, the price you need and how many clients you need to get what you need for your business and for your life. Okay. So say you're like, look, that's just too little. I cannot make it that way. Okay. We're going to go back up here and we're going to change the rates. If you're like, look, I don't want to even offer any more time to my service, then up your rate. Boom. $6,300. And now it's, what this is saying is you only need 2 new clients. You might be like, okay, I can do that. I can do 2. It's pushing it. I can do 2. You see what I'm saying? So this pricing calculator is going to help you figure out the workload, how much money you're going to need to bring in so you can take care of yourself and your family, and how the pricing of the program. Okay. I'm going to show you the advanced calculator that I give my clients. It's named BLPS Advanced 2022 Sales KPI Tracker. That's what it's named. But if you look closely at the bottom, it starts off with the program pricing tool, the litmus test, and then all of that feeds into the KPI. So let's talk about it. So we got the Acme life coaching program for 3 months. We got $240 that you're going to key in there. Key in any number you want, and you get to play with it so you can understand what your hourly rate might be. How many weeks, number of people, got all your bonuses and the bonus values. You got your gift allowance as well as incidentals, and how much the advertised group rate is, how much the one-on-one group rate is, as well as the pilot. We go on to the litmus test and you're like, look, I need $4,000 to survive every month, which means I need $12,000 in revenue. My program is $5,000. I need 3 clients a month. Okay, cool. You need 3 clients a month, which means you're going to have to do a little work. Well, now we're trying to go further. In the advanced class, we go a little bit further into KPIs, and KPIs are key performance indicators. So if you're saying that you need $12,000 a month to survive, and there's 12 months in a year, you need your goal is to make $144,000 a year in your business. But don't panic, because before you were okay. You're like, oh, I can bring in 3 people a month. I can do that. This is what 3 people a month is going to look like. And then here, it's going to, you fill in the blanks as to how much revenue you might earn in different areas of your business. So you might have a program, you might do consulting, you might speak, you might have an affiliate program. You're going to guesstimate how much you can earn from each of these, so you have a good understanding about how much you're going to really have to enroll. You might say, look, I only have my program. Okay, you only have your program. Boom, boom. Though I teach my clients how to create their own or be affiliates and earn money that way. But you're like, look, I only have my program. That makes sense. You're going to scroll down, and guess what? This is how much cash and accounts receivable that your goal is. This is the number of 1 sales. This is 1 sales for based off of your program. This is number of sales calls you need. I inserted the KPIs that my coach gave me. You guys can change them. When you change them, it's going to change all of the months, and I'll show you what I mean. The same thing with annual media. So we go into the month of January, and automatically calculated is what you need for the month. The same thing with your monthly cash and account receivables. This is the goal, and all your goals are listed here. And as you can see, your outreach goal is per day. There's a calculation that's put in there that says, okay, this is how much outreach you're going to need every single day. Boom. Whenever you key in something in one of the months, it will populate here so you can have a bird's eye view of what your months are looking like. This is important because if you know what months are low and what months are high, you can identify why that month was low and how not to do it again. Or you can identify why that month is high and how to repeat that. But that is for the advanced clients. When you book your discovery call with me, I will talk to you about how to become an advanced client. There's a couple of ways. But right now, I want you to focus on this coaching program pricing calculator. Go in the comments below, click on the link, and download that free calculator. I'll talk to you later.